to the last sort of 10 days of the season really. Any one of 5 teams could have won it. I always knew that with our running we'd be there or thereabouts. You know, the basic fact of it all is, you know, the 2 games we drew away from home during our last 5 games, because you know, the last 5 games people look at other results during the season, but with 5 games to go it was in our hands to win it, and you know, we just couldn't get those results away from them, and they ended up costing us really the chance to win the league. But you know, on the whole it was a, you know, a fantastic season for us really. You know, got to be pleased with how it went. In the end, you know, we just fell at the last hurdle there, but it will hold us in good stead for next season.
And you talked a lot in the season about setting small targets. Apart, obviously, from narrowly missing on top, have you got any insight into what worked and what didn't in those targets?
Yeah, most of the little targets we did set within the dressing room, you know, we did. The lads actually went out and hit those targets. You know, probably if you look at how many games we drew, I didn't think that column, you know, on the table would be as high as it was, and perhaps that's something we need to look at it next season. But you know, the rest of the columns for me all added up. I just felt that the draws that we had, and also the, you know, the time it took us to get results away from home, you know, that needs to change as well this coming season. So yeah, you know, there was all the goals that we did set. You know, I can honestly say the lads more or less hit most of them, and like I say, we just come up short at the end of the day to you know, a good Montage side.
We had some great runs in the Cups, didn't we? But you talked about the importance of picking up points in October and November when we were just in between those Cup games. Is there anything you'd do differently around that period now? Or?
Well, I wouldn't do anything differently because you can't change what's happened, but there will definitely be an emphasis, and I think the players all realise that now, how important the games are in between the cup games, because obviously early on in the season when you're involved in the FA competitions, and the further you go in them, the more games you have obviously, and you know, then you start getting league games squeezed in between those cup games, and it's vital really that you still keep that momentum going even earlier on in the season.
When the games are on, you generally seem to be quite calm, but just occasionally the odd blast from the sidelines. But you're as calm as you seem inside, or?
Yeah, I think it's important that that you do stay calm when you're on the bench, and when you're in and around the team. And being calm does help you make quick decisions when you have to. And I think the players quite, you know, I think they like I don't know what they like, but you know, I think they quite like my style of management. You know, I don't really have to rip into the players too much, but you know, that's not my style anyway. But if I have to, you know, I do have to talk to the players sternly sometimes. But you know, all I'm fixed on is you know, trying to solve the puzzle of beating the opposition, and you know, sometimes that means changing 1 or 2 positions around. You know, perhaps changing the shape of the team, and you know, if you're not in a relaxed frame of mind, you could quite easily make the wrong decision there, which could cost your team the points.
So you're not a teacup thrower in the half time?
Not really, no. But you know, when it's, listen, you know, everyone in football knows when that side of the game, when that side has to come out. You know, most managers have got it in them to do that. And you know, I did have to do that as well, 2 or 3 times last season.
Looking ahead to the new season, yeah. Seems like you seem to have most of the people that you'd want coming back, and is the squad shaping up quite well?
Well, it is actually. It's obviously you know, the players have had a deluge of offers since the season finished, but what we've got here at Binfield, you know, we've got a very close-knit group of players. We're very focused on what we wanted to do, and the players don't want for anything at this club. It's a very player-friendly club, and I've made it so it is quite hard for players to walk away from Binfield. All saying that, it's you know, one or two of the lads have had some really good offers, but at the end of the day, they've chose to stay here, and I, you know, I applaud that, because I really feel that this group of players is on the cusp of doing something really special.
Well, we talked to some of the players tonight, but I gather Ian Davis has committed as well, and Luke Williams too, is he?
Yeah, Ian and Luke. In fact, when you go through the whole team, you know, the usual starting 11 have all said that they're staying. So I've been in touch with 2 or 3 of the lads that you know, found it difficult to get in the side, if you like, last season, and they're coming back as well. So yeah, I haven't. No one's rung me and told me they're leaving. So I'm expecting everyone to, you know, report to pre-season training as you know, on the 30th of June.
Excellent. So in terms of keepers, I gather Dan's still not 100% with his eye.
No, he's not. I spoke to him. It's probably two weeks ago now. Just I think he was just going on holiday then, and he said that it's still playing him up. It's not 100%, in particular in bright sunlight and stuff. And he was obviously going on holiday and then coming back and going to see the eye specialist at Moorfield. So you know, that is a worry and a concern. You know, and I've had to go out and do something about that, because you know, obviously that is a position that's vital to any team that wants to compete and move forward. You know, so I've secured the services of another goalkeeper.
And are you in a position to tell us who that is at this
stage?
stage?
Yeah, it's Chris Grace. And I was hoping he'd be here tonight, but he's got something else on. Yeah, it's Chris Grace.
So he's a top quality keeper. He's returning at Binfield as well, isn't he? He was here as a young man.
Yeah, I think he was here as a young man, and also we had him on loan here once, about 3 or 4 seasons ago now, when we were short of a keeper. So yeah, I've kept a close eye on Chris, and he is one of the top up and coming keepers in the area, and yeah, I'm glad that we've got, you know, that he's agreed to come, and you know, and that doesn't mean to say that you know, that Dan's going to lose his place. I mean, all that means is that Dan's in a fight now to obviously, you know, like he was with Chris last year, with Chris Adams.
I gather you've got a new addition to your management team as well that you're in a position to tell us about.
Yeah. Richard Whitty's coming back to the club as assistant manager. Many people would have known that you know, Richard's had a year away from the club, and he went to Bracknell-on-Sea. So to me, that just strengthens our hand at the top end of the management team. Obviously Keith done a fantastic job last year, you know, coaching and sort of being my assistant manager. That takes the pressure off of him a little bit now as well, so he can concentrate on his coaching and you know, what he's good at. But you know, Keith will always have, you know, I'll always ask Keith his opinion anyway. And his role won't change within the management setup. You know, he's been fantastic for me, so that won't affect Richard coming in. Won't affect that. Keith's worked with Richard for 4 years before I even came here, so he's very comfortable with Richard. And yeah, I think it's important to bring someone else into that side of it. One for the players, it's another voice for the players, you know, not listening to the same voice, and obviously some fresh ideas as well, because you know, Richard's got good ideas, and you know, and I'm looking for him to come in alongside me and, you know, bring some of his ideas into, you know, into the way the team. Like I said earlier, this club's a very player-friendly club. The players don't want for anything. Everything's laid on for the players here. you know, all the gear, all the, you know, everything, down to the, you know, from the having something to eat at the end of the game to, you know, training twice a week. You know, everything's geared for the players to just turn up and win 3 points on, you know, as many times as they can. This year, yeah, let's get some away games, and you know, we've got some good sides this year away from home as well. I've made it a really tough pre-season. We're playing a lot of sides from, you know, the Ryman League and Zamaretto League. So, you know, it'll be a testing pre-season for us, but like I say, it will really keep us, you know, ticking over, and at least we'll be able to really hit the ground running. You know, and I've always said it, I don't really care about results that much in pre-season, as long as the players, you know, get something out of the game, and obviously, you know, we start looking like we're going to defend well, and you know, just getting the basics of football right at the start of the season. It's a bit of a toughie.
Especially seeing as everyone else said Jack, so
yeah,
it's
a
toughy
Jack.
one
It
for
is,
you.
when he's fit, it's Jack. Suarez.
And everyone said that.
Carl, he's a bit of a, well, he's a joke anyway, let's face it. No, he's not, but he is a bit of a card in the dressing room, yeah. Biggest moaner would be Carl Withers. If I was playing, yeah, I'd have liked to have played with our forwards, I must admit. We've got a few of those.
Nicely sitting on the fence.
Yeah, I'd probably say it's out of Luke and Jack, and Suarez as well. But you know, we haven't really got a so-called hard man as such. But you know, I think Gary Calloway's our John Terry, if you like. Ryan Millward. Yeah. Carl Davis.
You just tally.
Tally, yeah. Oh, Milky.
And who's that?
Matty Humphrey. Neb's ain't a bad singer. He's in a band, isn't he? So he's got to do. I know he does rapping and stuff, but yeah, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah. Obviously it is. Well, that's thanks for that, Tally. Great to see you over the summer, and look forward to pre-season and pulling another great squad together.
Yeah, let's hope so, mate. Cheers, Carl.